Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge Garland, I want to go back to the topic of protecting the Department of Justice from political influence and being weaponized politically. A number of Senate Democrats at this hearing have used the opportunity to cast aspersions to the job Bill Barr did as Attorney General. I think those aspersions are false. I think he showed enormous courage in fighting to defend the rule of law. But Bill Barr, when explicitly asked about whether he would terminate Robert Mueller at his confirmation hearing, the same situation you find yourself, he said he would not terminate him absent, quote, good cause. Are you willing to meet the same standard of integrity that Bill Barr demonstrated? And will you make that same commitment to this committee that you will not terminate Mr. Durham absent good cause?
Yeah. What I've said to committee and just what is that I need to get information about this investigation, which I do not have here. I understand that a decision has been made to keep him in place, and I have absolutely no reason to doubt that that was the right decision and that he should be kept in place. But I can't go any further without learning the facts of the investigation and what the status is.
So, Judge Garland, with all due respect, and I recognize you've been a judge for 23, 24 years, judicial nominees sit in that chair and decline to answer just about every question senators pose them, as saying, well, as a judge, I can't commit how I would rule on any given case, and that's appropriate. You're not nominated to be a judge in this position. You are nominated to an executive position, and you're a constitutional scholar. You understand fully well the difference between attorney general versus an Article III judge. Bill Barr didn't know the details of the Mueller investigation at the time, but he knew that Bob Mueller was investigating President Trump, that it was highly politically sensitive. And so to show his integrity and commitment to being nonpartisan, he said he wouldn't terminate Mueller absent good cause. You have the opportunity to do the same thing. The investigation into Durham is highly political. It potentially implicates Joe Biden and Barack Obama. And I just want to be clear, you're refusing to give that same commitment. You want to keep the options open to terminate the investigation.
Look, I'm not refusing to give that commitment because I am a judge. I'm telling you what I think an attorney general ought to do, which is to look at the facts before making a decision. I'm also telling you that I will never make a decision in the department based on politics or on partisanship. So whatever decision I were to make, it would not be based on that. And all I can ask you to do is trust me based on a record of my 24 years as a judge, my entire career before that as a prosecutor, and my life before that. That's my record of integrity, and that's what you have before you.
So a similar line of questions that you were asked concerned the Google antitrust investigation. And Google, big tech as a whole, contributed over $15 million to the Joe Biden campaign. They're enormously important Democratic donors. There will be enormous political pressure to abandon that case against Google. Can you give this committee assurances that you can stand up to that political pressure just because Democratic fundraisers want to be lenient on Google, that the Department of Justice will not give in to that pressure?
So, Senator Cruz, I'm old enough to remember when there was a political effort to end the case in the antitrust case in the Justice Department against ITT, which gives you an idea of how old this is, that there is no ITT anymore, the International Telephone and Telegraph Company. This, if I'm not wrong, this was one of the paragraphs in the indictment, the proposed indictment, impeachment of President Nixon, I think, but it was around the same time. And it had to do with a partisan effort to influence the Justice Department and the Antitrust Division. I grew up knowing that this is not something that is permissible for the Justice Department to do. And my whole life has been in looking at Ed Levy and Watergate, post-Watergate attorneys general who stood up to that kind of stuff. And I can assure you that I don't care what kind of donor talks to me about what of anything. I don't expect to talk to any donors. I have no conflicts. I don't own any Google stock. and I will do whatever is the right thing, and I don't own any stock, or I won't once, if I'm,
Let me ask two very quick questions because my time is expiring.
yeah.
Number one, you voted to rehear the Heller case, or actually the Parker case en banc.
I did.
I argued the Parker case in the D.C. Circuit. As Attorney General, will the Department of Justice argue for the Supreme Court to overturn Heller versus District of Columbia?
Okay, the department, makes all kinds of judgments like that. I can't promise, but I find it hard to believe that the department could think that there was any possibility of overturning the Heller case.
Okay, and then
There's
the final one, with the chairman's indulgence, because I'm at the end of my time.
Yeah.
9 senators wrote a letter to Chairman Durbin asking this committee to investigate Governor Andrew Cuomo's policies concerning COVID and sending COVID-positive individuals into nursing homes. A senior aide of his admitted to a cover-up to hide information from the Department of Justice. You've committed to a number of investigations here at this hearing today. Will you commit to investigating the extent to which the government of New York broke laws or covered up their policies concerning COVID-positive patients in nursing homes?
With all of these investigations, the Justice Department is open to evidence of fraud, false statements, violations of the law. They normally begin in the appropriate way in the relevant U.S. Attorney's Office. And that is the way that something like this, without commenting on this in particular, because I don't know the facts.
But in this instance, the
That's the
acting
way it
U.S.
should go.
attorney is the mother-in-law of the senior official in the Cuomo administration that admitted to the cover-up. Will you at least commit to not having the investigation done by a person with a conflict of interest?
Of course. I don't know any of the facts, but I can guarantee you that somebody with a conflict of interest will not be the person running an investigation of any kind.
Thank you.